EA Sports. What happened to your games? What's going on, everybody? James from Next Level Gaming. I'm letting you guys know my thoughts on what's going on with EA these last couple years. So stay locked in. Hit that music. You know what time it is. It's rundown time. What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Rundown. I'm your host, James, aka J Rock the House, and today we are chatting about the infamous EA. And you know what's going on with these guys lately over the last couple of years? They're taking a lot of heat and a lot of flack, especially on the loot box side, the microtransactions and all that stuff. But you know what? I've said it in the past. That's a business. They're going to try to maximize their profits any way they can. And, you know, maybe it's loot boxes and microtransactions was the way to do it with their FIFA Ultimate Team, NHL Ultimate Team, their Madden, all that kind of stuff. And they're making money, and rightfully so. They're a business. I know they've been taking flack like it's gambling and things like that. But at the end of the day, guys, it's your money. If you're choosing to gamble and buy these packs when you're playing hockey's Ultimate Team or FIFA's Ultimate Team or whatever it is, that is your choice. If you want to spend $30 and get a couple skins or an extra whatever, that's your fault that you're spending your money. So don't complain that it's a gambling portion of the game or whatever. Yeah, it's a gamble, but still, don't do it. If you have a gambling problem, don't gamble. It's simple as that. So I don't, hate on EA for that. Yeah, it sucks, but hey, what are you going to do? Just grind the game and get your stuff. Personally, I play NHL religiously. I do the Hockey Ultimate Team, and yeah, I throw like $30, $40 every year on that and kind of build my team because it's fun. I enjoy, trading cards and doing all that stuff because ever since I was a kid, right? I'm from that era where we used to buy tons of hockey cards and trade with friends and stuff like that. So for me, it makes sense, and I know it's a gamble. I'm not guaranteed the best cards in the game, but hey, it is what it is. So that's your choice if you want to gamble and and spend your money, but don't complain about it afterwards. But I want to talk more on like their games lately. So FIFA, let's go to FIFA. It's basically like a copy and paste the last couple years. I know Dave on our team, he's a huge FIFA guy, and he's not even picking it up this year because it's just, what's the point? FIFA 20 was a decent game, and apparently FIFA 21 is pretty much the exact same. I've got an HL 21 that I'm reviewing right now, and you know what? It's got some improvements, but overall, like, it's still the same kind of game as NHL 20, the skating, things like that. They've added some new deeks and things like that, some new modes like Hot Rush, which is really fun. It's got some improvements, like Be a Pro is huge. I know a lot of people wanted a revamp kind of story mode in Be a Pro. I played a little bit of it, and it's actually pretty decent. Overall, like if I was going to rate it something right now, I'd probably, in the middle tier of a game. Like it's good, it's not the greatest kind of thing, but you know what? They're moving some sports games in the right direction, I guess, and I guess maybe they're waiting for next gen. But overall, the last generation of games coming up for Xbox One and PS4 and stuff like that have relatively stayed the same. But there's no competition for EA. Aside from 2K with NBA, there's no other developers making sports games that can compete with EA right now. So obviously EA just like, whatever, let's just toss it out. Here's another FIFA game. Here's NHL. Here's Madden, whatever. But you have no competition. Back in the day, it was 2K. They had NFL 2K. They had NHL, which was a fantastic series, and all of a sudden they just stopped making the games. But now they're dominating with NBA. And look, EA doesn't even make an NBA game anymore because it was shit, and they couldn't compete with 2K, and they didn't want to revamp their game and do some necessary tweaks to make it better and bring more fans in. But so rightfully so, they lost that. They lost NBA. But they still got FIFA, makes shitloads of money for them. They've got an HL that makes the money for them. They got Madden that makes the money for them. They do some Star Wars games, stuff like that. And here's like a prime example of competition. They've got Battlefield, fantastic shooter, and then you've got Call of Duty on the other side that's pumping games out every year, and they do some pretty sweet improvements and stuff like that, and the games have gotten a lot better. But there's competition, so they're trying to get their games better than the opposition's games, and rightfully so. They need to do that. So there needs to be healthy competition so that EA can actually start revamping their titles, making them more next gen, whatever it is, adding modes and things like that, especially for NHL, FIFA, Madden. So EA, I hope you're listening out there, and you guys are listening to your community. One thing that I don't agree with is that you guys listen too much to like your influencers. Yeah, I get it. They're influencing your game. They're bringing in revenue for you guys and whatever. But like these same guys are bashing your game. They're your ambassadors, but they're sitting here fucking bashing your game. So come on, think about what you're doing. Give some review codes out to some outlets that want to actually review your game and give you guys some, credibility and stuff like that. But these influencers, yeah, they're great. You give them hundreds of dollars of games or whatever it is, they're giving back to the community. That's cool. But at the end of the day, they're taking that game. They're like, oh shit, I wish 2K made a game, blah, blah, blah. So just think about what you're doing there when it comes to that. Don't let these guys build your game just based on what they want. Listen to the vast of the, the majority of the community and see what people want. For years, people want another skate game. They want, I've been wanting a Fight Night game for years. And listen, Fight Night Legends, that's what you need to call it when you guys revamp it for next generation. Have all the old school boxes and you can make a really good game. Fight Night Champions was awesome. So maybe bring that back, but just start listening to actual followers, your loyal followers, instead of these influencers that are just kind of in it for the cash or whatever the hell they're in it for, and eventually just bash your game on social platforms and stuff like that. Maybe I'm doing a little bashing for EA right now, but I'm not an influencer for EA, so I'm just giving you guys my opinion. Take it like you will. And you know what, EA, you guys have always, purchased your games. I've always played your games. I still enjoy, Star Wars and some of the games you came out with. Battlefield, I do like the series. Hockey, I'm a diehard. I always get it every year. I just want you guys to be better. Go back to the way you used to be, maybe like, I want to say 7 to 10 years ago, when you guys were pushing the envelope and making some really fantastic titles for fans. So with that being said, that's another episode of The Rundown in the books. I'm your host, James, a.k.a. J-Rock the House. Hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are on EA and maybe some other developers on who you think has kind of been slacking lately, gearing up into next generation, which is coming up. So hopefully we'll see some cool stuff from EA and some other developers in next gen that have been slacking over the last couple of years and just kind of regurgitating games over and over again. So we'll catch you guys on the next episode. The Rundown airs every Monday, so stay locked in on Instagram and on YouTube, guys. I'm your host, James. Take care.